Today on Stock Charts in Focus, I'm taking you on a tour of our scanning features on StockCharts.com. One of the most powerful, the most important resources on the site. I say it to a lot of people, if you want to get a ton out of Stock Charts, the most important things that you can do are set up your charts, your chart styles, and your chart lists. But if you want to truly maximize the power of Stock Charts, get the most out of the site that you possibly can, the best way to do that is to get in touch with our scanning features. Really dig into those, make those really fly for you. So on today's show, we're going to start with our Predefined scans tool. We're going to show you the advanced scan workbench. And most importantly, we're going to show you how you can run scans directly from ACP, our new advanced charting platform. You get a list of scans right there in the platform. You can run those. You can see the charts right next to the results. A very, very powerful workflow boost with scans now in ACP. So we're going to show you how all that works. You're going to get a ton out of today's episode. I know it. So, of course, you know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's Stock Charts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show, Stock Charts in Focus, our product focus show here on Stock Charts TV, where we have a chance to dive into the site, dig into the tools, show you around the features, make sure that you're getting the most value out of Stock Charts that you possibly can. My name is Grayson Roze. I am the Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. If you've been a regular viewer, welcome back. If you're a new viewer, new to the show, welcome. So good to have you. Remember, either way, we do this show every Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Stock Charts TV. Also up on our on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com and, of course, on our YouTube channel after the show airs as well. So lots of ways to watch, lots of ways to tune in. And really, as I say every week, our mission here is to get you more value out of Stock Charts than you ever have before. If we're doing that, we're doing our job. So on a day like today, we get to dig into one of my favorite features of the site, scanning. It's a huge one though. So, this is really something that we can stretch out over a couple of episodes, probably a couple of months worth of episodes, really. There's so much there. And when you also bring in our alerts features as well, tons to explore relative to scanning and the advanced technical scan features that we have on Stock Charts. Today, we're going to do kind of a whirlwind tour of some of those scanning features. Make sure that you know what's there. I'm going to give you a couple of tips and tricks, show you my workflow, how I use scans. We're not going to dig into writing your own advanced scans a ton today. We'll save that for another episode. But we're going to show you around some of these features, show you what you can do, some of the different tools that are available to you, and make sure that you're aware of everything that you have there at your fingertips. So it's going to be a fun one, going to be a packed one. Let's get right to it. First and foremost, before we really get into the tools, I want to make sure that you're aware of how to get scans and alerts on your dashboard. So we're starting here on the members dashboard, of course, the first page that you see when you log into Stock Charts. And up here in the top right corner, you have a little gears icon. When you give that gears icon a click, you'll see that you actually have some different dashboard preferences that you can turn on or off. Now, these are basically rows of what we call data panels or different sort of panels that you can add to your dashboard. You'll see you've got additional data panels for things like the market movers, the ticker cloud, the sector summary, all that good stuff. You've got a row for scans and alerts, as well as a what we call a chart list panels row that actually gives you sort of access to two of your chart lists and a summary view right there on the dashboard. You've also got a commentary one that includes Stock Charts TV plus the articles feed right there on your dashboard. So a couple of different options, but for the sake of today's show, what I want to make sure you know is when you turn on this scans and alerts row, if you're an extra or a pro member, you can turn this on. That's going to bring those features right to your dashboard. That's how I like to actually access my scanning and my alert features. So I'm going to hit save. And when I scroll down this page, what you'll see is that right above my Your Chart List panel, I've got these two panels, one for scans and one for alerts. Now, the alerts thing we'll save for another day. That's going to be a separate episode. But for today's, what we're going to highlight is this little scans panel. There's a ton actually packed into here. First and foremost, it does tell you how many scans you've saved and how many you have available to you. Plus, you get that little instructions link if you want to link over to some of our documentation for help with different scans. But this is actually how I run most of my scans. I've gone through and created lots and lots of technical scans in my own account. I have scans that I run every day. For instance, one that I run every day is a new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500. That's the S&P 500, the 400, and the 600 together, large caps, mid caps, and small caps, all in one kind of big group from the S&P. So anyways, I like to run a scan on that sort of combined group for new 52-week highs every day. So when I come to the dashboard, because I've got this enabled, all I have to do is select that from the menu, hit run, and I'm off to the races. Now I've also got an edit button here, so you can actually select any of your saved scans, hit edit. That's going to take you right over to the advanced scan workbench where you can work on those. You can create new scans right from here. Again, that'll just kind of pop you over to that advanced scan workbench. That button's actually duplicated up here as well. But there's another little menu in here that a lot of people gloss over, and that's the more link. So when you open that up, you actually have access to 3 different tools. Now, the standard scan workbench is kind of a simplified version of our advanced scan workbench. Something actually that we got some big plans for. I'm going to keep that under wraps for now, but we're going to have some exciting stuff coming to our standard scan workbench later this year. But the advanced scan workbench is the one that most of us spend most of our time on. That's where you can really dig in and create your own advanced technical scans with your own custom criteria. Tons and tons and tons there. We're just going to briefly touch on it today, but you can access that right from here. You also have access, though, to the predefined scans page, which is really where I want to start today's episode. So I want to show you this little menu. This is actually a helpful way to get to some of those features. And most importantly, if you want to incorporate scanning into your workflow on the site, make sure that on your dashboard, you've got this scans and alerts row turned on. That's going to give you access to this panel. Now, a couple other ways, though, to access some of these features, especially that predefined scans page, which, like I said, is going to be our starting place for today. You do, up in the member tools area, you do have some options for getting to those different scans features. As you scroll down here, you can see under reports and more, you've got a predefined scans link right there. You can give that a click. So that is actually another way to get to the predefined scans page. But because this is actually a tool that is also available for free users in a bit of a limited capacity, you can also get to that from our charts and tools page. Now, a lot of people, you can see I just went up and clicked that charts and tools link in the upper left corner. You can really get there from any page around the site. Check out that charts and tools page. A lot of members spend a lot of time on the dashboard. For good reason, there's a ton there. And like I said, it's the first page you see when you log in. But I actually like to direct a lot of our members and our free users, anyone who's new to StockCharts or anyone who's been using the site for a long time, myself included. I love the charts and tools page. It really is kind of a full directory of everything that's here. So, for instance, it gives you quick access to things like the predefined scans page, as well as some of our other tools like the advanced scan workbench, the technical alert workbench. All of that good stuff is available really to you here on the charts and tools page. So, like I said, we're going to start with the predefined scans page, and we're actually going to access that today from the charts and tools page. So again, as you scroll down under reports and more, there is a predefined scans card here. You can see our little icon there for fun. I'm going to give this a click, and that's going to take us right over to what we call the predefined scans page. Now, like I mentioned, this is actually available for anyone, available as a free user as well in a bit of a limited capacity. But really the way to maximize this is to be a member and to have access to sort of the full suite of scanning features. That's what really makes this fly. But I want to show you around this page because there is a ton here, a lot to unpack, and a lot actually that you can do with this page to make it really fly for you. So on the surface, what our predefined scans page does is takes a lot of different sort of standard scan ideas that we hear a lot of requests for. Things like new 52-week highs, or as you can see here at the top, strong volume gainers, some of those key moving average crossovers like the 50 crossing above the 200, things like that. We take a lot of those standard scan ideas that people like to run on StockCharts using our advanced scan workbench, and we create these predefined scans for you. So rather than having to go and write all of those yourself, we give you access to those from our predefined scans page. So there's a ton here. You can see that on the left side, we give you all of these different ideas for different technical indicators, bullish and bearish technical indicator moves. Things, again, like new 52-week highs, different moving average crossovers. You can see we've got some Bollinger Band stuff, some Keltner channel stuff. One that I love is parabolic SAR buy signals. That's one that I use a lot. But even things like gap ups and island bottoms, those kinds of things, anything that is sort of a bullish technical indicator. We do the same with bearish technical indicators. So, a lot of those are just kind of the reverse. You've got things like 52-week lows, strong volume decliners, moving average crossovers in the other direction, the 50 crossing below the 200, things like that. So you have access to a lot of these different ideas that people like to run in a very, very clean format, simple to use. You don't have to actually go and write those scans yourself. That's the top group. Next up, we have candlestick patterns. So a lot of common candlestick patterns that people are searching for on their charts. We have predefined scans for all of those. You can see, again, some bullish reversal patterns, bearish reversal patterns, continuation patterns, lots and lots of different candlestick patterns that we have here on our predefined scans page. And then below that, we have P&F patterns. So P&F charting, an important one to us here at StockCharts, something that we really, really love. So again, we've got some bullish P&F patterns, we've got bearish P&F patterns, all of those available in a predefined scan format for you. Now, on the surface, this page actually shows you quite a lot. It's almost an interesting market indicator in and of itself, because what you can see here is we list the total number of results that are actually triggering that scan. So for instance, in the new 52-week highs group, you can sort of see the number of stocks that are triggering that move, and you can see where it's gone relative to yesterday. So this is actually coming a little bit lower, which is interesting to see. But you've got all these numbers to kind of work through, and for different exchanges as well. So for things like the NYC and the NASDAQ, you can actually just kind of spend a lot of time reading through these numbers to get a sense of what the market is doing in a sense. It's always kind of a fun one to play around with. I love to watch, for instance, come here and actually just kind of look at new 52-week highs and new 52-week lows, the new 52-week low number, compare those. Down here we've got only 15 stocks in the NYSE and 12 in the NASDAQ making new 52-week lows versus 254 in the NYSE making new 52-week highs and 79 in the NASDAQ making new 52-week highs. So actually, like I said, there are some interesting indicators, interesting little market analysis signs that you can actually pick up just by looking at these numbers. But the real meat of this page is that each of these numbers is actually clickable. So to use the predefined scans page in its sort of its full capacity, you can find any of the predefined scans that you like, go in and click any of these numbers. You can either click the sort of the total to get a bigger list, sort of a combined list of everything that's making that specific move, or you can really go kind of by exchange. So for instance, if we want to look at something like new 52-week highs in the NASDAQ, you can come to this page, click that little 79, and there we go. We're off to the races. Now we've actually run that scan behind the scenes. We've come here and we've loaded in a list of stocks that are making new 52-week highs in the NASDAQ. It really is that simple to sort of start running scans. I tell a lot of people who are interested in using our advanced scanning features, the best place to start really is the predefined scans page, because it makes it really easy to get up and running with this idea of technical criteria, running that scan, finding the results, and then sort of doing something with that list of stocks. So a great resource for you if you're new to the site, if you're new to scanning, or if you've been using those scanning features for a long time. A lot of these sort of predefined scans here are already built for you, and you can get up and running with those really, really quickly. And like you saw, super easy to run these scans. All you got to do is sort of click one button and you're off to the races. Now, once you get to this page, though, there are a couple of interesting things that you can do. As a StockCharts member, of course, you have access to chart lists where you can actually save symbols into different lists, save charts into different lists. So, of course, one of the first things that you're going to want to do with this list of results, instead of just flipping through each symbol one at a time, you're probably going to want to save those into a list. So up here at the top of the page, you can see there's an available actions menu. When you open that up, you've got a couple of different options for what to do with these scan results after you get them back. You can download these as a CSV. A couple of people like to do, some people like to do that. I'm personally spend most of my time on the site, so I actually don't use that one too frequently, but it is there for you if you want to download this list of ticker symbols as a CSV. The ones that are more common though are storing these results in a brand new chart list. You can do that right from here. When you click store in a new chart list, we will give you a little input. You can type in a name for your new chart list and we'll automatically take all those results, save them into a new list for you. You can also merge these into an existing chart list. I'm going to come back to that one because it's actually the one that I use most frequently. And third, you can replace an existing chart list with these results. So the two interesting use cases for these, the ones that I actually use most frequently, are these merge and replace options. I have chart lists created for the scans that I run every day and every week. Now, I use the merge and replace options because I've got some chart lists where, for instance, I mentioned I run that new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500. I run that at the close every single day, and I sweep those results every single day. So when I come, I run that scan, I hit replace, and it takes all those results, puts them into my chart list that I've created for new 52-week highs in the S&P 500. It replaces all those results, and then I get a fresh look at everything that's made a new 52-week high in the S&P 1500 that day. So that's going to just replace everything. That's one that I use quite a bit. But the other interesting one that I use a lot is the merge feature. So what I actually do is I keep another list that is that same new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500, and I merge at the end of the day. I run the same scan, and I merge those results into the same chart list. And I do that at the close every single day, Monday through Friday. So when you think about what I've done, when I get to the end of the week, because I've merged all those results in every day, I'm basically building up this list of everything in the S&P 1500 that's made a new 52-week high that week because I'm merging those results in. When you merge those results in, it's not going to replace anything, but it's also not going to add anything that's a duplicate. So if something makes a new 52-week high, in this case, 3 times during the week, every time you merge it in, if it's already in that list, we'll basically ignore that. So anyways, I use that merge feature a lot to sort of build up a list of scan results that I've been running throughout the week. And then when I get to the weekend, I've got a bigger list of everything in the S&P 1500 that made a new 52-week high that week, and I can work through that list over the weekend. Kind of a look into part of my workflow and how I use some of these different features, but that merge one is an important one for me. So anyways, you have some storage options here, some available actions to you as a member for taking these scan results and putting them into your own list. From there, you can really filter that down, you can work on it, you can delete things from it, and you can really kind of work through those scan results with your charts right there for you. So an important feature there, the available actions. Another one though, that's incredibly important from the predefined scans page. When you run a predefined scan, you'll see that this page looks a little bit different than when you run your own technical scan, but pretty similar. But when you run a predefined scan, we add this little link up here in the top right corner. Now, again, these are predefined scans that have been created for you. They're using sort of our criteria. So we want to give you a way to take that scan and start to make it your own. So when you hit click here to edit this scan, we're going to take you over now to the advanced scan workbench, and we're going to preload in the criteria that we use to run that predefined scan. Now, one little trick here when you get there, you can come down and hit this reformat button if you've got our advanced editor turned on, which you should by default. You can hit this little reformat button, and that's actually going to sort of clean up the format of that scan syntax. But if you're new to scanning, this is what our scan syntax looks like. This is how you write advanced technical scans with your own specific criteria. It looks like this. So what we've done, when you click here to edit this scan, we're going to take that criteria for that predefined scan that you've run, and we're going to automatically load it into the advanced scan workbench. From here, you can now save this as your own. All you got to do is come up here and click Save As, enter a name, and you can save that scan as your own. You can also run it, you can modify it, you can come down here to the scan components, you can add different things to it, any of these different properties that you want to add. Maybe you want to add a filter in there for stocks above a specific scooter level, really anything. You can come down and add that using these different scan components pieces. But the point is, like I mentioned at the start of the show, there's so much here to advanced scanning. We're not going to get into exactly how to write scans today. But I wanted to show you that little click here to edit this scan feature, because it's an important way to take those predefined scans and start to make them your own. That's a tip that I love to give people, because actually it's like I said, a great way to sort of start to get used to scans and the syntax and all that. But it's also a great way to go out to those predefined scans and start to sort of put them together. So let's say if we go back here, we'll go actually back to our main list. Let's say you wanted to do P&F triple top breakouts, 2 new 52-week highs. You could actually come down to the predefined scans page. You could come over to the P&F triple top breakout syntax. You could click here to edit this scan. I'm going to hit my little reformat button. Here's the syntax that's going to tell you, or that's going to allow you to do scans for a P&F triple top breakout. So you could now either copy this, hit Control A or copy everything, copy all of this. You could copy all of this and then go grab the scan syntax basically for that new 52-week highs scan. Do the same thing, come over to the advanced scan workbench, click here to edit this scan and all of that. And you could sort of combine that syntax into your own custom scan. The other way to do this would be to hit save as. We'll actually do this. PNF test. We'll save that. Then we will go back to our predefined scans page. We'll come to the charts and tools page. Come over here. We'll go to new 52-week highs. We'll grab that. Click here to edit this scan. Now I'm going to hit reformat again. Now we've got our new 52-week highs syntax. And I'm going to hit copy there. I'm going to load in our PNF test. And you'll see that now these look pretty similar. So when I copy this in here, I'm going to hit return there, copy this in here. You see that these used 2 similar lines at the start. So I can take that out. But now what I've done is I basically grabbed that syntax from the predefined scans page. I've created my own saved scan. And I can now hit save. And I've sort of combined those 2 predefined scans into my own custom scan. So the quick and dirty of this is that it makes it really easy to start building your own custom scans actually based on what we have on that predefined scans page. Something to play around with there. So I wanted to show you around a couple of those features. Again, really coming from that predefined scans page. There is so much here. It's an incredibly powerful resource for you. Lots and lots that you can do with this page. Again, it's kind of a great indicator in and of itself, but also a lot of tools here as you start to click in and run these predefined scans and then edit them, make them your own, all of that good stuff. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of a window into what you can do with the predefined scans page, how I use it, how it can actually help you get up and running with scanning. The next thing though that we're going to talk about, again, we're going to gloss over how to write all of your own custom technical scans. But for a second, let's assume that you've already got a few of those custom technical scans and you want to start running those. Maybe you've got something like my new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500 and you're kind of running your scans. The next thing that I wanted to show you on today's episode was how you can actually run scans directly from ACP. That's our new interactive advanced charting platform. We have built the scans feature right into ACP to make it really, really easy to run these scans right from the platform. And when you combine that actually with layouts, some of our new multi-chart layout features, you end up with a couple of pretty powerful new workflow enhancements right in ACP. So I'm going to get us over to ACP, going to type in a ticker symbol there. And here we are now launching ACP. So if you're not familiar with ACP, I know we've been highlighting this on the show quite a bit, but very interactive. You can sort of scroll through time. You can zoom in and out. You can move indicators up and down. There's tons and tons that you can do with this platform. Lots and lots here for you to explore. We'll save all that for another episode, but go back and check out some of our previous episodes of Stock Charts in Focus. A couple of weeks ago, we did an episode on version 1.2, which just launched with some very powerful new features. So lots to explore there. But for the sake of today, what we're going to show off is the new scanning feature right from ACP. So you'll see that I came over to the right side of the platform. I hit the little scans icon, which opened up the sidebar from the right, all dedicated to our scanning features. Now, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What you can do is take all of those custom technical scans that you've saved into your own account, or the predefined scans that we have on that page that we were just looking at, and you can run those right from here. So very, very simple. You get two tabs up at the top. We'll start with the Your Scans tab, which gives you access to all of your own custom technical scans. But you also do have a Predefined Scans tab with a menu there to run anything that we were looking at on that Predefined Scans page. From here, though, you select any of the scans that you want to run out of your own account. For instance, we'll do that new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500 that we keep talking about. You select that from the menu, and then all you've got to do is hit Run Scan. Really, really quickly, you get a list of scan results for the scan that you just ran. So, and in this case, we've got that same scan, new 52-week highs, the S&P 1500. We get a little results number there, so we can see 88 stocks in the S&P 1500 hitting new 52-week highs today. And from here, you can scroll through this list and see that full list of scan results for all the stocks that are triggering that scan right here within ACP. Now, you can click any of these to quickly get a chart. It's automatically going to take the style that you have up on the screen and just pull the ticker symbol into it. And once you've actually clicked into this, you'll see that it highlights with a little blue highlight around the symbol that you're looking at. From here, you can actually use the arrow keys to move through these. So if you've got your keyboard in front of you, you can actually just click into the scan results and then start arrowing up and down. Makes it really, really easy to run scans quickly, get a list of charts there, find the ones that look good to you, and start to work with those. Now, at the bottom of this panel, once you run a scan, you also do have a couple of options. You can actually save these to a chart list right within ACP. Save those, again, like we were looking at before, you can save them into a new chart list, you can merge them with an existing chart list, or you can replace all of the items in a current chart list with these new results. You've got all those options for you right there. And then below that, you can also close down these results and get back to sort of that first menu that we were looking at. The same goes with predefined scans. So when you open that little predefined scans tab here at the top of the sidebar, you get a list of all of the different predefined scans that we were looking at on that previous page. This might get cut off in our video here, but the point is all of those different things, bullish technical indicators, bearish technical indicators, bullish reversal patterns, all that good stuff that we were looking at on the predefined scans page, you can select right from here. So for instance, something like our bullish 50 and 200-day moving average crossovers, you can run that scan, get a list of results, and the same thing goes, you can click any of these to quickly get a chart of it. So really, really fast workflow here in ACP, running scans within the platform. Actually, one of my favorite things that we've built into ACP, just an incredibly powerful workflow boost there. What I wanted to show you was actually how I'm using this personally. I've combined this, like I said, with layouts, with some of our layout features to create an even more powerful workflow. So what I'm going to do here is run that new 52-week highs in the S&P 1500. I'm going to run that scan once again. We got our 88 results in there. And then I'm going to come over to the left side of the platform, and I'm going to hit the Layouts tab. Now, what I like to look at is stocks in multiple time frames. So I like to look at weekly charts and daily charts, and then zoom down to the intraday charts, narrow in even further. But one of the things that I love to have up on my screen in ACP is a daily chart and a weekly chart side by side. Personally, I like to look at a 2-year daily chart and a 5-year weekly chart. So what I've done actually is I've taken my daily chart and my weekly chart, put those together into a 2-chart layout, and I've saved that in my own account here under daily, weekly. So you can see when I open up that layouts tab, I've got all of my different saved layouts here on the left side of the platform. So I'm going to open up that layout here. And I've specifically turned on in my layouts panel at the bottom, you have some multi-chart settings here. You've got different apply to all settings, but you've also got one for what we call symbol sync. I've turned that on, and you'll see that what we have on the screen is two charts, a daily on the left and a weekly on the right. They currently have the same symbol. Because I have symbol sync turned on, anytime I change the symbol, any chart on the screen that has the symbol CXW, it's automatically going to change the symbol of any other charts on the screen that use that same CXW ticker. So in this case, what I can do is, for instance, I can type in Microsoft up here, and you'll see that because I've got symbol sync turned on, both of these charts changed from CXW to Microsoft. So this is a great view for me. Again, I'm going to actually close down this layouts panel. Like I mentioned, what I like to have is a 2-year daily. So I'm going to change this this daily chart to be 2 years. And I like to have a 5-year weekly. So I'm going to change this weekly chart over here to be a 5-year chart. So now I've got my 2-year daily, my 5-year weekly, and I've run my scan results over here on the right side of the platform. So again, I've got symbol sync turned on. I've created my daily and my weekly chart layout. And I'm going to use that same trick that we were just talking about a minute ago. I'm going to click into the first item in the list, and you'll see that's automatically going to change the charts on the screen to be my daily and weekly view of, in this case, Accenture, the first result from that new 52-week highs in the S&P 500, 1500 scan that I've run. Again, I got the blue highlight on there, so now I can actually start to arrow through all of the different charts from this scan. And I've got that same view. I've got my 2-year daily and my 5-year weekly for every stock that I start to flip through. So this is how I am running my scans more and more. I'm actually coming over to ACP, running those scans right from here and getting the charts right in front of me with the list of results. Makes it really, really easy to run my scans and quickly start to filter out the charts that look great to me, throw out the ones that don't look as good. All of that makes it really easy to sort of flip through this list of scan results. So combining layouts with your scan results right in ACP, a really powerful workflow enhancement there. Hopefully one that you can go explore and have some fun playing around with. You know, we could do a very similar thing too if we loaded something like we'll come over here to our gallery view, which actually has 4 charts on the screen, an intraday, a daily, a weekly, and a monthly. I'm going to close this back down. In this case, we get a long-term monthly, we get sort of a long-term weekly, we get a long-term or an intermediate-term daily, and then the shorter-term 1-minute intraday chart. This is another view that you could do daily, weekly, intraday, and monthly all on one screen. And the same thing applies. You can start to flip through these scan results with that sort of 4-chart gallery view up on the screen. So lots and lots of different ways to combine layouts with your scan results in ACP and have some fun sort of playing around with that. So a little window into how I'm personally using some of these tools, some of these features around the site. Anyways, I know we covered a ton here today, and there is so much that we could cover on technical scanning. It is one of the biggest features of StockCharts. Really something that we could spend many episodes on, like I mentioned. But hopefully this has given you a couple of different ideas, some things to play around with, some things to go explore, whether it's on that predefined scans page or in ACP, running those scans right within the platform, getting those results back and having some fun flipping through your charts. So lots to see, lots to play around with. And we really only scratched the surface. There's so much more to cover in scanning. Lots of documentation. We've done lots of different videos. Lots of our contributors use scans in their work. So a lot of the people that you follow on StockCharts TV are probably talking about how they use technical scanning in their approach on StockCharts. But definitely go check out some of that documentation. Go look through our help docs. Go look through our instructional videos. Lots there to help you get up and running with scanning. But again, one of my favorites is go to that predefined scans page. Find the scans that sound good to you. Use that little click here to edit feature, and you can actually start to build your own custom scans really based off of those predefined scans that we've created for you over there. So lots and lots to explore, I know, but thank you so much for sticking through it today. Hopefully you had some fun with me here looking at scanning on StockCharts. Again, my name is Grayson Roze. I'm the Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. I want to thank you again for joining me on today's show. Remember, we do this product focus show, StockCharts in Focus, every Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. So you can always join me every Friday, whether you're catching the live version or up on our YouTube channel or on our on-demand platform at stockchartstv.com. Lots of ways to watch. Also, be sure to check out our newsletter, the Chart Watchers newsletter. You can sign up at the bottom of pretty much any page around the site. Scroll to the bottom of the site, the very bottom of our homepage or the dashboard or the charts and tools page, anywhere around Stock Charts. Make sure that you've signed up for our Chart Watchers newsletter. Totally free. We always include some tips and tricks, links to this show, things like that, but also lots and lots of great articles every week and videos, really kind of a content summary. Folks like Martin Pring, John Murphy, David Keller, all of our contributors that you know and love are writing content for the Chart Watchers newsletter. So definitely go check that out. Make sure that that's coming into your inbox every Saturday. But that's actually another way to sort of stay up to date with everything that's happening and get quick access to our Stock Charts in Focus video every week. So anyways, thank you again. I will see you very soon for another episode of Stock Charts in Focus next Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, chart on, my friends.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.